With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
We got this.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Alert! Slam! No. 5 wide. Bravo!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Vick operating on 1st down. Slide, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Vick, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Under 10. Kill. Check 99. Go. Check.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Check safety.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Michael Vick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long for Vick. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. And they come up here now, 1st down.
Hey, exit. Come on.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Slow. No. Alert. Hey, shoot. 20, Mike, 20. I know he ain't got it. Shoot that.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Check 49. Check 49. Hey, wahoo.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a gain of 35. Now that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7th. An all-pro in 8 of his 9 NFL seasons. It's Jim Brown with it. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Ready.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Vic. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Well, we know this defense...
And I both know.
Coach, just a stone's throw from here. The bikers and joggers, they're lighting the shores of Lake Michigan, and rightfully so. But we've got some football business to take care of at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Get up! 180! I want to work! He's crashing!
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Get up! 180! Oh, get it! Crunch! I want to work! Hey, Delta! Undercrunch! Slam! Hey!
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, we wanted excitement. How's that for excitement on the very first play?
Yeah, they had it in their head they were going to test the secondary right off the bat, but they were up to the challenge, and he had a convoy in front of him. I thought he was going to bring it back all the way. Instead, they'll settle, and that's really a wrong word, isn't it? They'll settle for really good field position.
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
First and goal, Minnesota.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
45. Mike, 45. Tackle. Gotta go, in and out, let's go. 45 on the mark. They can't hang with us. Delta.
Second down and goal. Wilson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Here is Cook on third and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
Got it.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say thanks because he threw the interception.
He's got a man complete. It's a gain of 35. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Kill. Hey, 18.
Now Trubisky on first down. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky buying time to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Check.
Now Trubisky to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Hey, Orvis. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Check out, read. Slam. Hey, alert, alert. Alert, alert. Hey.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Hey, Haywood.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Now he's flushed out left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this goal around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. 45 the mic. Hey, what's that? 45 the mic.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. We're scoreless after 1.
No score.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
45, 45, Mike, 45. Get ready.
Wilson will throw again.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 37. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
45. Gun. Mike, 45. 12.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to walk through, and this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
What? Here
we go.
Hey, Roger. 3 down. Hey, check.
Watch safety creep.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Safety's creeping.
Out.
He's coming.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Got it.
Here we go. Hey, alert 3. Big gas.
Tighten up. Good.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field. Despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
One, Madden. Here we go. Alert. Check. 25. Go 14. 25.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter with Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On 3rd down, Wilson looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, 58 is a mic.
Go.
Yeah, I got you. 58, boy, 58, Mike.
Check back.
Now Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a return will stop right around the 25. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
We got four.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Dancing to his left. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. The catch is made by Dylan Mitchell. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 2nd down, Jefferson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Being chased out left. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll run it now out of the gun. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
14.
And that one covered beautifully.
Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive in the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd down now, Jefferson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Get up! 180! 55! Come on, check 52!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike. Go! They're running.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, 0.
From the gun, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Wilson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
One flip, one flip.
My game. Hey, watch the screen.
Good touch.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
Alert.
At the 47-yard line.
On second and a couple, Wilson. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Again, Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. 58, right over there.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Eluding the pressure right. This complete to Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down, Montgomery. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, oh, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
Coming in.
They'll try the left side. Jefferson, he's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Come get some. Boom. He don't want
it. Here's Wilson to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 76 yards as the Bears push further out in front. point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. Cook following the penalty. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's got Smith here. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Mike, 45. Too little, cupcake. 45 for Mike. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Gun. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop.
To throw is Wilson. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
I think you got it, son. Check 40. Good job right there. 45 to Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it. 45, Mike, 45. Here we go.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Cook. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
No touch.
Wilson now throwing again. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Matt Collins. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Single slot.
To throw again, Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass.